After years of patiently waiting, we finally have a first look at Ghostbusters Night Shift, the series from Sony Pictures Animation and Netflix that will release globally in 2027. Jason Reitman and Gil Kenan, executive producers, took the Annecy Film Festival stage today alongside showrunners and executive producers Ben Hibben and Elliott Callan to debut the first official image and new concept art from Ghostbusters Night Shift. The series is set in New York City, 1994, 5 years after the Ghostbusters took the Statue of Liberty for a walk. A new wave of supernatural terror hits the Big Apple, forcing a group of scrappy young New Yorkers, untrained, unappreciated, and kinda sorta responsible for the problem, to put on proton packs, face their fears, and bust some ghosts. This falls in line with rumors that Hollywood insider Jeff Schneider shared about upcoming Ghostbusters Netflix projects earlier this year. The friendly folks from the Michigan Ghostbusters pointed us to an article from The Wrap with more information directly from the Annecy Film Festival. They claim the series is set during Walter Peck's original run as mayor of New York City, just like Jeff Schneider predicted. They go on to say that the series will be canon and will fill in the pivotal gap between Ghostbusters 2 and Ghostbusters Afterlife. They also state it will be just as scary as it will be funny, and the footage they showed at the end of the Annecy presentation, quote, proved this to be correct, unquote. The article from The Wrap continues to describe the new team of Ghostbusters. Quote, Ghostbusters Night Shift follows a group of younger Ghostbusters who, inspired by the original heroes, create a similar technology to face supernatural foes. This means that they will have all the gear, but it's slightly wonky and homemade. Kit bash, let's say, to borrow a Star Wars term. As the team behind Night Shift explained, the characters are in an earlier, messier stage of their lives. They have a van instead of the iconic Ecto-1, and they have a pet, a terror puppy. That's right, it's a cuter, miniaturized version of the terror dogs from Ghostbusters. You will want to adopt one immediately. The Wrap continues to address the footage of Ghostbusters Night Shift shown during the end of the Annecy Film Festival presentation. They seem pleased. Quote, as for the Ghostbusters Night Shift sequence that was screened at Annecy, well, it sees some of the Ghostbusters confronting an evil conductor in Grand Central Terminal. It seems like one of the members of the team is possessed by some spirit, and another older member, who Netflix and Sony would not publicly name but is very clearly Jack Quaid, is trying to break her from this very evil spell. There is a giant ghost creature, a bigger version of the conductor, and ghost trains flying around Grand Central Terminal. It is somewhat shocking just how intense the footage was. It was actually scary, which was part of the fun of the first Ghostbusters film, especially if you were too young to be watching those kind of movies. It felt like you were getting away with something, which is very cool and very fun, unquote. More details are coming available from an article via What's on Netflix, who were also treated to a deep dive of Ghostbusters Night Shift at the Annecy Film Festival. They claim the original team of Peter Venkman, Ray Stantz, Egon Spengler, and Winston Zeddemore have disbanded. What's on Netflix also claims the new team will move to the iconic Ghostbusters headquarters, Tribeca Firehouse, which is in disrepair. They go on to detail the new characters. First up, there's Zoe, described by Kalan as, quote, our adorable kid who's also a real wise ass, really gets on my nerves, unquote. Travis, quote, a charming, petty criminal who needs to be charismatic and cool, but also kind of a loser, unquote. It's rumored that Jack Quaid is the voice artist here. Mike, quote, our engineer and tech wizard. He needs to be a scientific genius who also exudes warmth and emotional inner strength, unquote. Mitzi, quote, a badass riot girl who jumps headfirst into action, but is also extremely protective of her sister Zephyr, unquote. And finally, Belladonna, a goth character that was also listed in the article without a detailed description. Thanks to Ghostbusters World Hub for the tip, as we forgot to list this in our article initially. What's on Netflix also describes the Ghostbusters gear the new team will be using. Proton packs, featuring a low-tech energy beam that is, quote, random and angular in shape, kind of unstable on its feet, unquote. A DIY PKE meter, built using spare parts from a Sony PlayStation 1. The Ghost Drive, modified with recycled skateboard wheels, a spinning mirror mechanism, and a bass guitar pedal. And finally, the Ecto 94. Operating without permission to use Ecto 1, the team drives a gently pre-used van, customized with spray paint and a spinning roof turret for some precarious ghost busting on the go. What's on Netflix finally describes the clip that was shown during the end of the Annecy Film Festival presentation in more detail. Quote, "To cap off the segment, the audience was treated to an exclusive work-in-progress clip from episode 2 where Travis tracks down an entranced Zoe to Grand Central Station. Things quickly go sideways as they are attacked by a terrifying Class 3 semi-corporeal anchored spirit, a demonic ticket-taker ghost, who tries to kidnap Zoe for a mysterious entity known as the Nightwalker." Stay tuned to Ghostbusters.net for all things Ghostbusters, including updates on Ghostbusters Night Shift. What do you think of the new details and visuals released today? Sound off and follow Ghostbusters.net on your favorite social media channels.